To the end of Deep Dive into the Excellent Wife by Martha Peace, we're at part 4, which is called The Wife's Special Concerns, Sin Problems of the Excellent Wife. And you may be thinking, haven't we been talking about sin all along? Well, we have, and we have been talking about the ways a wife has probably sinned and what she's done wrong. But this is a special little section at the end to talk about, there's 4 chapters here: a wife's anger, a wife's fear, a wife's loneliness, and a wife's sorrow. I want to do a little intro to this section because each chapter is going to be pretty generically biblical counseling nouthetic, of like, put on, if I still had the self-confrontation manual, I could pull off the chapter on anger and it would align, or the chapter on fear. And in fact, it maybe would be verbatim, because in that book, the running case study throughout is Mary's husband is mistreating her, and this is how she has to deal with her life-dominating sins of anger and fear. And that's what I want to underscore. It's not in a vacuum. This isn't just a nouthetic resource, biblical counseling resource, saying somebody has irrational anxiety, how should they deal with that? It is, a woman is in a marriage, and because of her marriage, she is angry, she's afraid, she is lonely, and she is sorrowful. And that's what makes this last part of the book both benign. A lot of the content is not as egregious as the other content, because it's standard fare nouthetic stuff. But when you read it, it's really important to remember that this is happening with the context of a marriage that has engendered that. So she's afraid of her husband and his responses. That's the wife's fear. It's not just that she, like me, when I talk about this chapter, I talk about my turning to these sort of resources because of postpartum anxiety. It's not just anxiety in general, it's anxiety over her marriage and her husband. It's anger at how she's treated in her marriage. It's loneliness in her marriage. It's sorrow in her marriage. And that makes this part of the book really sad, because the answer given her is nouthetic principles of how to get over her anger, how to deal biblically with her fear, not how to grieve her marriage, not how to work for a healthier marriage, not how to set boundaries, not how to leave. None of those things. It's how to kind of spiritually bypass these understandable emotions and stay in a marriage that is causing such deep grief and pain.